For all of the creators posting about Make Battlefront 3 and getting their little clips and stuff, and all these big Star Wars YouTubers getting out their videos, I have one question for you.
Where have you been? Where have you been all this time? I love these games. I never left. I have 33 days on Battlefront 2015. Over 50 on Battlefront 2. But now that you can get your little clip, now that you can make a video, now you come back? Only now? I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old, damn it. I've 100%ed all of the Battlefronts. I deal with rolling in place in Battlefront 2015. Unbalanced gun heroes thinking they're the shit. People fin glitching. People glitching onto the roof of maps. Not being able to find DLC matches in 2015 because these devs are too brain dead to make a playlist that contains all the DLCs before they cancel support. And now you're here? Only now that Andor released? Only now that Revenge of the Sith is 20 years old? Now you join the fight? For over 10 years. 10 years I've been here. Every May the 4th seeing TikTokers post their "Let's all get back on Battlefront 2017. Where have you been? What do you mean let's get on once a year? Why haven't you been here? If all of these creators had given the effort I'm seeing now years ago, where could we be right now? Maybe we could be playing Battlefront 3 right now. Shit, man. Breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to see all these posts now, wondering where you've been all this time. We could have used you a decade ago. Man. Alright, you guys. Hey, I just had to get that little rant out of the way to start this off. I have so many fond memories on these games. I've spent over 3 months of my life in these games fighting on the Battlefront. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm so glad seeing all this Make Battlefront 3 stuff, but it genuinely makes me so annoyed. It's like, where have you guys been? Now you're all coming out of nowhere. Where have you been? Why now? Why in 2025? This should have been years ago. Should have been years ago. Man, I just had to get that out of the way because y'all know we're a small community here. There's around 4,400 of y'all here on YouTube, a little over 100 on TikTok. Shaking my head, man. And please understand, it comes from a place of love. I clearly love these games. I've spent over 3 months of my life in these games. Please understand, it comes from a place of passion. I just am left wondering where the hell all of these creators have been all this time. I mean, good lord. With that said, you guys, I think it has to be said, I mean, I hold so much nostalgia and love for the Battlefront games, all 4 of them. If we're gonna be honest, every single one of them is missing something. And that's what's so haunting about everyone wanting Battlefront 3 for years. Hell, that's another thing with these big creators. I mean, how many of y'all even know you can, right now, you could go on YouTube and you could look up Battlefront 3 and watch gameplay from the campaign of the canceled Battlefront 3 from around 2008, 2009. You can watch cutscenes of that campaign right now on YouTube. You can watch gameplay of space-to-ground combat on the Battle of Coruscant in Battlefront 3 right now. And it was canceled. How many of these creators taking advantage and getting their likes and views on TikTok? How many of these big creators even know that? How many do you think even know that Battlefront 3 was propositioned to EA to make, but because it would cost $1 billion to make, they agreed within the last year and a half not to make it? What's annoying to me about the push is I feel like a lot of these creators jumping on the bandwagon are just there for likes and attention and don't actually give a damn. All these people posting images of Paul Revere, but instead they used AI to make it a 501st Clone Trooper. I'm just having a crisis of faith here right now. I don't know that all these people genuinely care and want a Battlefront 3. How many people out there even know all the strife, all the struggle that's truly happened trying to get a Battlefront 3 created? Let's go in order here. The OG Battlefront is missing hero gameplay. When you compare it to the other 3, it's held back most because of that. The fact you can't be heroes. And I know it's OG, but that's its biggest fault. Second game doesn't really have that many faults, to be honest. It's just held back by the time it came out, really. I mean, graphics, pretty much all I can think of. Battlefront 2015 is honestly held back most by being cut off for the next game. They made so much with Battlefront 2015. I love that game. I love that game so so much. I shit you not. The day the beta dropped on Xbox, I prayed to God to let me be good at it like I was at the OG Battlefront 2 when I was a kid. And it worked. I'll tell you what, it worked. Damn. I was cooking, fellas. I was born in 2001, June, and so Battlefront 2015 for me, I was 14. Man, I was cooking, fellas. I was so fucking good at that game. Still am. What am I saying? Still am. I gotta glaze myself a little bit. Really, it was held back most by being cut off, so it had like a year and a half of DLC content. And then what's even worse, when it got cut off, EA didn't even do any ending love or care to balance stuff. They just left it how it was. What should have happened was all 4 of the DLCs should have at the least had a playlist that was only all 4 DLCs so that you can still find matches for the content you paid for. As well, rolling in place should not be something that when I go back to play in 2025, I'm still having to deal with. And another thing is some of the trait combos are too powerful. There's players that think they're the shit that are dog shit on that game. All that's left, of course, and this is the thing, like, obviously all that's left is Star Wars fans, you know? That makes sense. But the most hive of scum and villainy players are the ones that use this trait card, I think it's Bodyguard, where you take reduced damage the more kills you get in that one life. And so if you're in a 1v1 with them and you genuinely start beating them, they just pop a personal shield and back to bomb, and they're back to full health, and you can't fight back. And that's why in all my videos where you see me on Battlefront 2015, that's why I have that scatter gun on my hip at all times for little bitches like that. Anyways, though, Battlefront 2017 is honestly held back most by EA. I find myself getting more and more angry, like just at the state of Battlefront 2017 when I go back to it. Because, they literally dropped the soccer ball update. They gave us BB-90 and BB-8. And at the same time, in that trailer said our vision of Battlefront 2 is complete. Right. Sure. Man. And again, you know, I hope that beginning rant makes it clear how much I love these games. But like I said, every single one of them has a big flaw. The thing about this Battlefront 3 movement is there's still a perfect Battlefront game out there. But as much as we love all 4 of these, we still haven't gotten a perfect Battlefront game ever. Again, it comes from a place of love. I think that I've probably played these games more than a lot of people. So many heroes and villains missing from 2017. So many iconic maps from the 2 great trilogies. There's so many iconic maps from the first 6 movies that aren't in the game. So many more guns. And that's another thing too, is like, what would be better? Make Battlefront 3 or high? And that's another thing. All these big creators taking advantage for likes and views. Do they even know that the whole Battlefront 2 dev team was fired, or whoever was left and lost their faith and was depressed because they loved the Star Wars game they were working on and were told no to doing final updates for balance changes at the least after the game was canceled, and they had to move to Battlefield 2042 that flopped? They were told no. They were told no on at least balancing shit before having to move projects. The gall of EA, man. Most of those people that were depressed that they couldn't work on Battlefront 2 anymore left and went to other companies. So I'm not going to dive too into depth on which would be better in this video, but I mean, what would be better? To start over and make Battlefront 3 from scratch? I mean, they could port maps from 2015 and 2017 into a Battlefront 3. Or would it be better to take the L, admit you were wrong, and start supporting Battlefront 2017 again? I'm not sure what would be the better method, especially with the whole dev team being fired or quitting because they had to work on this dog shit Battlefield game. Rebellions are built on hope, I know, but this has been something I've wanted for so long, and I just can't believe it's taken 10 years for people to start trying this hard. And I mean, how many of the big creators, like I said, actually care, you know? How many know half of these things I said? How many even, fuck it, how many have more than 5 days on these last 2 Battlefront games? Do y'all even believe that Bombastic has 5 days on these games? Do you believe Star Wars Theory does? Do you think Eckhart's Ladder even has like 5 days of in-game time?
I kind of don't think so. So many more balance changes need to be done for Battlefront 2017 as well. Rolling in place, not being able to walk up hills without spamming jump over and over and over again as a trooper. Aerials being busted. The fucking first order aerial has auto lock on to you while they're in the air and aiming in down the sights. Finn has auto lock on. There's so many, and what's unfortunate for Battlefront 2015, which I probably love the most, and Battlefront 2017, is the way both play right now. There's methods that people use, strategies that are used for the big modes because of how the game was left, because of the state it was left in. Strategies have developed around broken things. Like I said, every Battlefront 2015 video, the most annoying players are the ones who think they're good because when they lose every single gunfight, they can pop a back to bomb and have the bodyguard trait and just pop a personal shield and get to just get out of jail free card. Most annoying players in HVV on Battlefront 2017 are Finn glitchers or Grievous people that use his broken jump up and down like spam lightsabers. Just very, very annoying things that cause me to not have trust in EA at all. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sure this is like a very negative connotation sounding video. It's just, and I'm not angry with y'all, you know, like not angry with the Star Wars fans that have been loving the Battlefront games all these years. A lot of the big creators on social media, it comes off as insincere, really, their posts about making Battlefront 3. I would love to see it, but again, I don't know what would be better. Would it be better to, at the least, could this movement get someone working on Battlefront 2 again? I don't think so, because EA's already had a board meeting to discuss Battlefront 3 as a topic, and when investors and leaders saw it'd be $1 billion to make it and they'd have to pay to use the IP, they decided not to. What other company is big enough to make a Battlefront 3? What other company would even be trusted to make a Battlefront 3? Or could Battlefront 2 even get support again? To be honest, y'all, I think if they sold a $10 Boba Fett skin, like the Mando polished looking armor Boba Fett skin from Mando Season 2. First of all, it's better to look at a piece of armor like Maul with his robot legs in Battlefront 2, and when you see that, you go, holy shit, this person has killed 5,000 players to get that skin. I love that. And I'm just saying though, at the same time, if they added a $10 Boba Fett skin, you can only buy. There's no way to get it through kills or earning it. I still feel like a $10 skin, if they started updating Battlefront 2 again, would make them more money than Battlefield 2042. I really do. I stand by that. It's just, this conversation online is interesting because I've been in that mindset that everyone's at right now years ago and given up hope years ago. So I really hope it works out, y'all. I really do. I really do. We know and understand these companies don't give a fuck about the players and only care about money, right? We all understand that. Even still, that doesn't make sense. Like, they only give a damn about money. They're a greedy company. How the fuck wouldn't you make a Battlefront 3? You know? First of all, like I said, you should be able to, if you could earn skins where someone looks at your skin and let's say you're Nightfall Vader with yellow Sith eyes, they could look at you with that special Anakin skin and say, holy shit, this guy's killed over 1,000 Jedi players in HVV. That would probably be the better method. But if they did $10 skins in a Battlefront 3, or if they brought Battlefront 2 back to support, I think they could easily make $1 billion in sales at like an in-game store or something. And I don't even know like that should be the method, but I'm just saying, these companies are greedy as hell. If the game was $60, on top of there being skins in the game, cosmetics people could purchase that don't give you an in-game advantage, I just don't understand how they wouldn't make it. And I mean, I guess it's because it would be $1 billion game. But I really think they could make that back. I really do. If they genuinely made a game that starts with everything all four of these Battlefronts had. You need to have a campaign. You need to have multiplayer. You need to have all the maps from all four games. All of the modes from all four games, including Galactic Assault, Galactic Conquest. And Galactic Conquest, you should not only be able to do it against an AI, you should be able to 1v1 your friend and do strategies against each other and have each other's armies fight each other. The game would need to launch with all of that, and I don't think any company is willing to do that. It comes from a place of love, y'all. I just have a heavy heart right now. I literally came right home from work. This is recorded probably day 4 of this Make Battlefront 3 movement online. I just had to make a video sharing my 2 cents on this. Like, I just really don't believe anyone will do it. And I want it more than anything in the world, and I almost feel like I was rage baited into making this video. I don't think we'll ever get it. I'm sorry, I just don't. And I want it more than anything. I do. But I feel like we're stuck with this curse. That there's a perfect Battlefront game out there that we've never gotten, even though I love all 4. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments section. Feel free to share your own thoughts, theories, wishes, wants. If you also think we won't get it, or if you think we could, if you think that at the least maybe the movement could get them to start supporting Battlefront 2 again. I mean, the graphics aren't that bad. It was 8 years ago. If you made it to the end, thanks for being here. If you liked the vid, do what must be done. Hit the bell to stay notified for more Star Wars content. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.